Have you ever looked at someone in their 80s and thought, "Hold on, how are they moving faster than me?" You see them walking around the neighborhood like they're training for the Olympics. They're carrying groceries with one hand, laughing with everybody, remembering everyone's name. And somehow, they have more energy than people who are 35. Meanwhile, you wake up and your knees are already sending you emails. Your back is making popcorn sounds. You stand up from the couch and make that famous sound, "Ah." Come on, don't leave me hanging. If you've ever made that sound while standing up, welcome to the club. We're all friends here. Now here's something interesting. Many people think these active 80-year-olds are just lucky. They were born with good genes. But Carl Jung believed something different. He believed that the way we live shapes who we become. Little choices, little habits, little ways of seeing life. They slowly become our personality, and our personality quietly becomes our future. Think about that for a second. The person you become at 80 is not created when you turn 80. It is created one ordinary day at a time. Today we're talking about 7 simple secrets that many active older people share. Not magic, not expensive supplements, not some strange exercise where you have to balance on one finger while drinking green juice. Just simple habits. Some of these may surprise you. One of them is so simple that most people ignore it every single day. So don't skip around because each secret builds on the next one. And while you're watching, tell me your age and where you're watching from. I love seeing people from all over the world in the comments. If you're watching with your morning coffee, say Coffee Club. If you're watching late at night because you couldn't sleep, don't worry. Half the comment section is probably awake with you. Now, let's jump into the first secret. Secret number 1. They never truly retire from life. Notice, I didn't say they never retire. I'm talking about something much deeper. Some people stop working, and then they stop living. Their alarm clock disappears, their routine disappears, their purpose disappears, then little by little, their energy disappears too. But the people who stay active into their 80s, they always have a reason to get out of bed. Maybe they grow tomatoes. Maybe they babysit grandkids. Maybe they volunteer. Maybe they make birdhouses. Maybe they annoy their neighbors by mowing the lawn at 7 in the morning. You know who you are. There was an older man in my neighborhood. Everyone called him Mr. James. He was 84. Every morning at exactly 8 o'clock. He walked outside carrying a tiny watering can, not a huge one, a tiny one. He watered 5 flowers, just 5. You'd think he owned a giant garden. No, 5 flowers. I asked him one day, "Why don't you just let the rain do it?" He smiled and said, "The flowers expect me." I laughed, but then I stopped laughing, because I realized those flowers weren't keeping him alive. They were giving him a reason to keep showing up. Carl Jung often talked about the importance of meaning. When life has meaning, the body somehow finds more strength. When life feels empty, even simple things feel heavy. Have you noticed that? When you're excited about something, you almost forget you're tired. But when you're bored, walking from the couch to the kitchen feels like climbing Mount Everest. Purpose is powerful. And here's the funny thing. Purpose doesn't have to be huge. Some people think, I need to change the world. No. Sometimes your purpose is calling your granddaughter. Sometimes it's feeding the dog. Sometimes it's finally learning how to use that smartphone without accidentally opening 17 tabs. Let's be honest. Who here has ever tried to answer a phone call and somehow ended up taking a selfie? Technology really likes to humble us. The active people in their 80s don't wait for life to entertain them. They participate. They're curious. They're involved. They don't sit around saying, Those were the good old days. They create good days today. That's a big difference. And I want to ask you something. If you woke up tomorrow with one small mission, what would it be? Think about it. Drop it in the comments. Your answer might inspire someone else, because you never know who's reading. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The second secret sounds almost too simple, but it might be one of the biggest reasons some people stay young in both body and mind. Secret number 2. They keep moving, even when they don't feel like it. Let's clear something up. You don't have to become a fitness superstar. Nobody is asking you to do backflips. If you can do backflips at 80, please teach the rest of us. The people who stay active don't usually do extreme workouts. They simply refuse to stay still for too long. Movement becomes part of everyday life. Walking to the store, working in the yard, stretching after waking up, playing with the grandchildren, dancing while nobody is watching. Actually, dance even if somebody is watching. Let them be jealous. I heard about one grandmother who dances every single morning while making breakfast. Her grandson asked, "Grandma, why are you dancing?" She said, "If the bacon can sizzle, I can too." I love that. Imagine walking into the kitchen and seeing Grandma having her own concert with toast in one hand and a frying pan in the other. That's a good morning. Movement isn't punishment. It's celebration. Carl Jung believed that life is energy, and energy wants to flow. The more we shut ourselves away, the smaller our world becomes. The more we move, the more alive we feel. Think about children. They don't wake up thinking, "I should probably count my steps today." No, they're running everywhere, jumping over nothing, climbing things they shouldn't climb. As adults, we stop playing. Maybe that's part of the problem. When was the last time you laughed so hard you almost couldn't breathe? When was the last time you danced? When was the last time you walked somewhere just because the weather was beautiful? These little moments matter more than we realize. And here's another funny truth. Have you noticed older people who walk every day somehow know absolutely everybody? You can't walk 5 minutes with them. "Oh, hello, Susan." "Oh, good morning, Tom." "How's your dog?" Meanwhile, you're standing there thinking, do they know the entire city? Walking isn't just exercise. It's connection. It's conversation. It's fresh air. It's life happening. And that's exactly why it becomes a habit instead of a chore. So here's today's tiny challenge. After this video, go outside. Even if it's just for 10 minutes, walk slowly, notice the trees, smile at someone, wave. You might make someone's day, and without realizing it, you'll also make your own. But here's the twist. Moving your body isn't enough. There's another habit these amazing people have that keeps their minds feeling decades younger. And trust me, almost nobody talks about it. Let's get into that next. Secret number 3. They stay curious about life. Here's something funny. Some people turn 80 and still ask questions like a little kid. What's that bird called? How does this phone work? Can you show me that recipe again? And then there are people who are 35 saying, I already know everything. Really? Then why are we still forgetting where we left our glasses? Carl Jung believed that growth never really stops unless we decide it does. The people who stay active don't think they've seen it all. They keep learning, trying new hobbies, reading books, solving puzzles, or even asking their grandkids to teach them something new. One 82-year-old lady said, "Every year I learn one new thing. Last year it was painting. This year I'm trying not to send voice notes by accident." We've all been there. Curiosity keeps the mind awake. The moment you stop learning, life starts feeling smaller. So let me ask you, what's one thing you've always wanted to learn? Tell us in the comments. You might inspire someone else to finally give it a try. Secret number 4. They laugh much more than they complain. Ever notice that the happiest older people can laugh at almost anything? They'll trip over absolutely nothing. Stand back up and say, "Well, the floor wanted a hug." That's the spirit. Life gives everyone problems. The difference is how you respond to them. Carl Jung believed that accepting both the light and dark sides of life helps us become stronger. These active people don't pretend life is perfect. They've had heartbreak, they've lost loved ones, they've faced hard days, but they refuse to let every conversation become a complaint contest. Instead, they laugh, they joke, they tease themselves. One grandpa said, "I'm not getting old. My warranty just expired." I couldn't stop laughing. Laughter doesn't erase problems. It just makes carrying them a little easier. So today, smile a little more. Watch something funny. Call that friend who always makes you laugh. Your heart will thank you for it. Secret number 5. They keep good people around them. Here's the truth. Energy spreads. Spend enough time with people who complain all day. Soon you'll be complaining too. Spend time with people who smile, encourage you, and make you laugh. Life suddenly feels lighter. The most active older people rarely isolate themselves. They chat with neighbors. They join community groups. They call old friends. Even a 5-minute conversation can brighten an entire day. One 80-year-old man said, "I don't walk every morning because I love walking. I walk because someone is always waiting to say hello." That's beautiful. Human connection keeps the heart young. So don't wait for people to call you. Be the one who makes the first move. Sometimes a simple, "How are you?" changes someone's whole day. Secret number 6. They don't stress over every little thing. This one might be my favorite. When you're younger, everything feels like an emergency. Someone didn't reply to your text. Panic. The Wi-Fi goes down. The world is ending. But many active people in their 80s have learned something priceless. Most things aren't worth losing your peace over. Carl Jung believed that real wisdom comes from knowing yourself. And when you know yourself, you stop chasing every little drama. One grandmother was asked how she stays so calm. She smiled and said, "If it's not going to matter 5 years from now, I'm not giving it 5 hours today." Now that's wisdom. Imagine how much lighter life would feel if we all lived like that. So the next time something small goes wrong, take a deep breath, smile, and remember, your peace is far more valuable than winning every little argument, because sometimes the strongest person in the room is simply the one who stays calm. Secret number 7. They wake up grateful, not just busy. Now we've reached the final secret, and honestly, this one quietly brings all the others together. The people who stay active into their 80s don't wake up thinking about everything they don't have. They wake up thankful for what they still have. They appreciate another sunrise, another cup of coffee, another phone call from family, another chance to take a walk, another chance to laugh. That doesn't mean their life has been easy. Far from it. Many of them have gone through things most of us can't even imagine. They've experienced loss. They've faced disappointment. They've watched the world change in ways they never expected. But instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I still enjoy today?" Carl Jung believed that the way we see life shapes the life we experience, and gratitude changes the way we see everything. One older woman was once asked, "What's the secret to staying happy at 85? She smiled and said, "I stopped counting what I lost and started counting what I still have." Wow, that's one sentence worth remembering. Think about it. You don't need the perfect house, the perfect body, the perfect job, or the perfect life to be grateful. Sometimes all you need is one good friend, one warm meal, one peaceful evening, or one more day to make beautiful memories. Those little moments are often the biggest treasures. So tomorrow morning, before you grab your phone, Try this. Think of 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be big. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's simply the fact that you're here, watching this video with thousands of people from around the world. That small habit can completely change the way you live. And who knows? Maybe one day you'll be the energetic 80-year-old inspiring everyone else. So let's quickly remember the 7 secrets. Have a reason to wake up every morning. Keep your body moving. Stay curious. Laugh often. Spend time with good people. Protect your peace. And never lose your sense of gratitude. Notice something? None of these secrets cost a fortune. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need a miracle pill. You just need to make small choices, one day at a time, because aging is something we all experience. But growing old in spirit, that's a choice we make every single day. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 7 secrets spoke to you the most? Or maybe you know someone in their 80s who inspires you every day. Share their story in the comments. Let's fill the comment section with wisdom, encouragement, and maybe a few funny stories too. I always enjoy reading them. If you enjoyed spending this time with me, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos on Carl Jung, psychology, healthy aging, and living a happier, more meaningful life. Share this video with someone you love, a parent, a grandparent, a friend, or anyone who could use a little encouragement today. Thank you so much for watching, for laughing with me, and for being part of this amazing community. Until next time, take care of yourself, keep smiling, keep moving, and remember, you're never too old to enjoy life, and you're never too young to start living wisely. I'll see you in the next video.